Alright, so just before I get to the motor mount and the whole under the cowl scene, I just want to show you how easy it is to insert a battery. So you can do this with the wing on, obviously, because it doesn't go up to touch the wing. So you just flip your plane over. By the way, this is a 3-cell lipo. It's a 2100. It's my lighter of my 3 cells. I have a few different ones. These aren't Hobby City ones. All of my other ones are, but these are some from a guy locally from our club. But anyways, they work well. They have a lot of cycles on them, but they still hold their capacity pretty well. So you just open up the battery tray in there. I usually put the Velcro forward. I just have Velcro on all my batteries for other planes. And you just simply drop it in there like that, and you just push it in. So it just slides in like that, and then you connect your Deans and close the lid. So that's all there is to it. You've got a easy to access, easy to remove battery, and it keeps right on that COG line like I was saying. If you want to look at it from the top, of course it's going to fall without my wing here, but let me just turn it over. So it will be in there just like this. You could put it in from the top. These Deans connectors will be the other way, they'll be facing down. But anyways, it's all tucked in there, it doesn't even touch the wing. So it works out pretty well. It keeps everything nice and clean, nice and separated, no wires touching. And you've still got room in there if you want to add things or add a drop mod to it or whatever you want to do. You can even throw more servos in. You could add a camera setup to this plane. I've messed around and I've seen guys where they've added cameras in the back here. Just make sure you don't put it too far back and make it too tail heavy. So moving to the front here, I pulled the cowl off. This is an 11.7 prop. With this motor, it's a really good setup. This is an 1100 kV motor. It's a Turnigy from Hobby City, as is all my stuff for my electrics. The motor mount is an aluminum alloy, I believe, motor mount. You just bolt it on there. I'm using a stick mount to mount it to, so it works pretty well. You got your 3 wires coming out and their connections right there, so if you want to disconnect them or if your motor's turned the wrong way, just pull 2 of them off, swap them around, and you'll have the motor turning the correct way. You can see my motor, or my firewall here is just some, I believe it's 1/4-inch plywood. Now you can get creative on how you want to do that, but for me that worked well. This stock firewall, this plastic one, already has the right thrust built into it. You can see it there, and it's already got some down thrust. If you need to adjust it like I have, you just add some washers behind your stick mounts, and you can just fine tune your angles, your thrust lines, and it works really well. You can see what I did with this stick mount is I ground it out. I ground that one support beam off, that little thin plastic one. It still has tons of strength. Like, this thing's been crashed full throttle, nosed in, and it doesn't break. But anyways, when you do that, you've got enough clearance there. Give it a little more down thrust if it needs, and it works fine. You've got your brushless motor setup. Get creative there. There's lots of different ways to do it. I just found this was the easiest way. It didn't add too much weight to the front. I didn't have to mess with my center of gravity. I didn't have to add weight anywhere. It just works, and it's bolt on. So if I want to take it off, I just unscrew these 4 bolts and pops right off that stick mount. I'm not going to take it off, but you get the general idea seeing it there. So if you need to move it aft or forward, you can do that. It's easy to fine tune, and you basically just want enough clearance out the front of your cowl. So you kind of have to mess around when you're building this just to make sure you have the right depth. For reference, if you guys are looking to buy the stick mount, there it is. It's Art Tech. It's just from Hobby City, and it's just, I don't remember what it cost, probably about $2. And the alloy mount is right there. This is a red one. I've got red ones, black ones. I have gone through 4 of these, but in 200 flights. I mean, they last quite a while. So just keep that in mind if you are putting an order in. I would order a few extra of those alloy mounts, because if you do nose it in really hard, you bend this motor forward possibly, and your motor will be fine. Even that shaft, they hold up really well. But if you do bend it forward, this mount gets really weak here. When you bend it back, you can usually bend it back once, but after that it'll just snap. So anyways, that's the Turnigy 3530 SK 1100 kV motor. For reference, you can go plus or minus, I don't know, 100 kV if you want. This is really good on this setup. Like I say, 265 watts. You have pretty much I wouldn't say unlimited vertical, but you've got some serious vertical with this thing. When a battery is fully charged, even when the lipo's down, you've still got tons of vertical. Like, it's not unlimited like some of my planes, like not a rocket, but this thing it'll scream compared to a stock Super Cub. So just keep that in mind. If you do want to change the setup or that's out of stock, I would go with probably 1000 kV. I've gotten my Acromaster, which would work nice with the 12.6 prop. Just be careful on your prop clearance. With this 11-inch, I've still got, I don't know, 2 inches it looks like there, which is lots. So do what you think, but anywhere between a 1000 and a 1200 would be fine. So yeah, on this setup, once again, just before I sign off here, 11.7, you can use an 11.5, you can use a 10.8. Just you find a balance, right, with electrics between runtime, how much you're pulling out of your batteries, what their C rating is, and how much power you want, right? That's the nice thing about electric. Unlike the glow, you can't just prop a whole lot to change your setup. Yeah, that 1100 kV motor, meant for 3-cell. This is a Turnigy. I really like the Turnigy stuff. I have lots of it, and it's really good quality. Run it up to 25 amp speed controller. I believe this setup is pulling 21 something amps, I think, 21.8 amps. So this is lots. Even if you had a 20 amp ESC, that'll be fine. Stick in your own receiver and a couple of servos. If you don't have some 9-gram servos, go grab some Bluebirds from the hobby shop, or there's lots of different small micro servos you can use that'll work. Just don't get something really, really tiny. You want something decent, like in the 9 to 12 gram range. They don't have to be fancy gears or metal gear or carbonate or anything like that. Just get some standard plastic geared servos, and that's the setup. I hope you guys the best, and if you have any questions, just let me know. I know this wasn't a real fancy video, but I hope it helps in determining your mods. Have a good one.